That moment when you wonder if you're going to be able to do something, but then your body just stopped. I was crossing the street. The light was counting down, and suddenly my legs stopped. I was unable to move. Cars were coming, and there was nothing I could do. The panic was real. I almost got hit because I was too stubborn to use a walker. A few months earlier, a friend who uses one suggested I get one for myself, but no, I brushed it off. I thought needing that kind of device was admitting defeat. The shame of giving in to a walker was worse to me than the possibility of falling, but it almost cost me everything. The problem is not the walker, the cane, the wheelchair. It's what we think it says about us. That resistance, that voice in your head that says, don't give in, is so loud because we were taught to associate mobility aids with symbols of frailty, failure. We see a walker and we think old, weak, done. It's like we're judging the tool instead of the person using it. Do you look at a carpenter and think, wow, this guy is so weak for using a hammer? No! You look at the hammer as a tool they need to build something amazing. The hammer is not a sign of defeat, it's a sign of intelligence. It's a tool that helps them do their job better instead of hurting themselves trying to nail that thing with their fists. But for some reason, with walkers, wheelchairs, and canes, we flip that script thinking, oh, it's a symbol of weakness. Using one makes us look broken. I used to have that flawed logic. I can still walk, so I shouldn't need one. If I can technically stand on my own 2 feet, using a walker is cheating or admitting somehow that I am worse than I am. But it's like saying that construction worker should use their hand and their hands only. It's ridiculous when you think about it. The tool is there to enhance your ability. My resistance was based on fear of a label. Somehow I was so scared of being seen differently with my walker that I was willing to risk my safety. I was white knuckling through every day, using every ounce of energy I had, and I had nothing left for the things I really enjoyed. Going to the grocery store, that became a marathon. A walk in the park was out of question. I started avoiding places because I was afraid that I couldn't handle them. And without realizing it, my resistance was shrinking my world. I was so focused on not getting to that next degree of disability that I was making myself more disabled by isolation and by exhaustion. And the very thing I was afraid of, losing my freedom, was happening because I refused a tool that could give me that freedom back. The stigma is a liar. It tells you that needing help is weakness, but the truth is that getting help is a strategic move. It's choosing to be smarter, not weaker. That construction worker doesn't get a medal for smashing their thumbs, right? They get the job done safely with the right tool. Our job is to live fully, and a walker, a wheelchair, or a cane is just a tool in the toolbox. The resistance feels powerful because it's tied to our identity, but it's wrong because it tricks us into choosing struggle instead of a solution. That crossing the street moment was my breaking point. The fear was not just about the cars, it was about the realization that my pride had put me in danger. And I got home shaking thanks to the friend that came out to stop the traffic. I said, oh, I think I need a walker. And the next day, I went to the medical supply store. I unfolded it in the parking lot. Then I put my weight on it. Oh my God! The relief was instant. It was like I had been carrying 100-pound backpack for this whole time, and I finally took it off. My shoulders dropped. I could breathe deeply for the first time in months, and I was no longer afraid of crossing the street. The constant low grade fear of falling kind of went away because now I had support, I had more stability and balance. So I decided to test it right then. I walked to a park I had not been to in a year because the uneven paths were too risky. And with the walker, I could actually look around. I saw the trees, I heard the birds. I wasn't staring at the ground, hyper focused on watching every crack and pebble anymore. I was just walking. And so, what if I was using a walker? It was peaceful. Then I went to the grocery store. Before, shopping was a strategic nightmare. I was trying to carry everything in my bags. I had to lean on the cart the whole time, which is terrible for your posture, really bad for your back. And I was exhausted after a few aisles. Now, I had energy left to cook some of the food I bought. That was the biggest shift. I stopped thinking about what people might be thinking. Oh, he's way too young to have a walker. What's wrong with him? Or whatever story I was inventing in my head. Instead, I started thinking about what I could do. I could go to a museum and actually sit down on my own seat when I'm tired. I could meet a friend for coffee and not be wiped out for the rest of the day. The walker was not limiting me, it was giving me back the energy I used to waste on just trying to stay upright. I was actually conserving spoons for fun, not just for survival. And the moment everything changed was when I realized I had been fighting the wrong battle. The battle was not against using a tool, it was against a life of constant anxiety and limitation and fear about hurting myself. And that tool helped me win. So let's reframe this completely. A cane, a walker, a rollator, grab bars in the shower, or an emergency button around your neck to call for help, they're not symbols of defeat. They are your toolbox for freedom. Think of them like the tools in that construction worker's belt. You wouldn't say a level is a sign that the wall is weak. You'd say it's a sign that the worker really wants it to be straight and strong. The single most important question to ask yourself, it's not, do I look disabled? Do I look old? It's, does it help me do more of what I love? If the answer is yes, then it's a good tool for you. It's a win. Full stop. Yes, the first steps are awkward. You feel self conscious, but that's temporary. Soon it becomes a second nature. The tool itself fades in the background, and people are not judging you as much as you think. They're too busy thinking about themselves. What you're left with is the freedom it provides. The real win is not the aluminum frame or the walker. It's the afternoon you spend wandering through a market without or with less pain. It's the confidence to say yes to an invitation because you're not already drained from just getting through the morning. Your mobility aid is a key that unlocks a better life. It's not a cage. So here's the truth: choosing a tool is choosing your freedom. It's a strategic upgrade, not a surrender. So your challenge is this: identify a thing, just one, that fear or pain is holding you back from. Maybe it's a walk around the block. Maybe it's a trip to the library. Now think about that tool that could help. And if a walker feels too big, start small. Try a cane. Try using grab bars in the house. See how that simple support changes your confidence in the shower. That small win will teach you everything you need to know about taking the next bigger step. Did you like this video? Was this video useful to you? Subscribe to this channel. Are you curious for more? A link to my website is in the description of the video. We'll have a lot more to talk about. See you soon.